Good morning, everybody. Consuelo and I are here for day 4, and we're going to try and be a little more feministy in our content than we were yesterday. So I've been having more of a think about the workshop that we alluded to while we were over at Framley that we attended, and I didn't name any organization names, but I think now I will, because I'm starting to feel a certain kind of way about it, and I'm starting to feel more solid in that. So hopefully we can enumerate some of the issues, in my opinion. So it was the WOOF, which stands for I can't remember what, but they're the ones that are fighting the trans menace, which, we all agree that males shouldn't be in our spaces, and they should certainly not be in our sports teams, jails, or domestic violence shelter, male terrorism shelters. But as I said, while we were there, they had like four goals that they were going for, like getting rid of sex trafficking of women and abolishing the trans menace and a couple other things, all of which we're obviously 100% on board with. The problem, in my opinion, it's like the base problem is like the word lesbian did not appear anywhere in their materials. But yet, here they are at a lesbian festival, essentially, asking, it's going to be the youngs, right? Because the olds were tired. Like, maybe we'll send them money, but
they're asking for our money, though.
They are asking for our money, all lesbians' money. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying specifically the actions of young lesbians and to join them and prioritize them. Okay, so this is where I start having a problem, because, and we've seen this time and time again, and I'm seeing it right fucking now with what the direction that Karen has decided to go. And I don't think she's doing it on purpose, but women do this every time. Well, we have this one goal, right? The trans menace goal. We gotta do something about that. Let's pair with some religious organizations like the Heritage Foundation or Citizens, I don't know, whatever, like Concerned Family Council or whatever the hell they're called. And I saw this on Twitter years ago. Hands across the aisle, let's pair with them. And okay, the first time I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And sure enough, totally got burned. Thought I was having like open dialogue with a woman, and she really just wanted to convert me back to the het fold or whatever. I don't know how I could be converted back to something I never was, but she wanted to convert us. Conversion therapy. We were doing like a little book exchange thing, and I suggested that she read Andrea Dworkin's Right Wing Women, because I think Andrea makes some really great points there. Like, right wing women, to some extent, will admit to and know what men are a lot more than lefties who are just, we just need to explain to them why they're oppressing us. Right wing women know that's all bullshit, and they have made their decision to work within the existing framework to obtain safety for themselves and their offspring. And I don't, that's a decision. And I thought it was kind of like a friendly gesture, right? Like, I get where you're coming from. I understand why you're doing this. And you know what she fucking sent me? I started reading this thing. And it was a woman who, like, gradually came to regret her lesbianism and went back to being with a man. And I was like, what have you sent me? This is awful. And you know what? And I read it. She never read one fucking page of the Dworkin that I sent her. So that's who you want to pair with. No. If you actually care about lesbians, don't do this to us. Don't do it again. We've already done it. It's already been a disaster. And I know that's the way Wolf has done it before. So you can't serve two masters. You can't. I mean, and it's kind of Master's Tools, Master's House, Audre Lorde situation, right? You're trying to use these organizations to get across our goals, and no, because they don't have the same goals as us. And people say, oh, they're just coming at it from a different way. No, it's a fundamentally different worldview, and it's fundamentally hateful towards lesbians. And the ones, us olds, whatever, we'll be fine. But unless they roll back marriage. And then us old lesbians who got married, not because we fucking believe in marriage, but because that's how you fucking take care of each other in this society that we're in. The ones that are really going to be fucked are the youngs. They already are. And so it pisses me off on a whole bunch of fronts. One, they are asking lesbians, all of us, to like subsume our own goals and our own fucking self-respect to work with these people that don't think we should exist, that think we are literally an abomination, and some of them want physical harm to come to us. Oh, a lot of the men, I'm sure, want physical harm to come to us. You want us to pair with that, you want us to put our time and energy into helping you with that. And this is this is what pisses me off the most. They're supposed to be, and I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. These lesbians are young girls. They can't fucking find each other in IRL because it's dangerous, really dangerous. So they have this one 4-day span where they can maybe seek each other out and have a good time, and you want them to focus on your shit, and you're not even putting us first.
We're not even on the agenda.
Not even a 4.4. We didn't even make it to point. They can add 0.5.
I mean, you gotta
are you in now? Are you in?
I'm in.
Come on in,
so you
Consuelo.
gotta think about that.
Yeah,
definitely, because I'm doing a lot of that. Giving it a think.
Mm-hmm.
And what I
Come find me. Cuddling excuse.
So maybe not right now, because
she has a really. I'm just saying, this outfit that she has, this little red
it's
tie,
my
it's
work
her
outfit.
color.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
So I'm thinking about. I'm gonna get back on track
okay,
here.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got distracted with lesbianism in the middle of someone else's political fight. Right. That's my point.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make a point here too.
Mm-hmm.
And my point is, and what it does for me and bring up is memories of, me being, when I was a young lesbian. Huh?
Talk loud because that
Okay.
fucking mower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as a young lesbian, finding my way around, I remember, history. So I remember stories about NOW, National Organization for Women.
Yeah.
And during that time, National Organization for Women, in its politics, I think they drew a line, and I'm finding this like almost like it's lining up with what is happening right now with Wolf. And there's a certain segment of women, the population, that are with NOW, that were with NOW at that time, and the same thing is happening with what the women with Wolf. That certain population of women, like the organizing part of it, like getting grants and who those grants are given to. Because what I remember, in history is, I was looking back and I'm like, there was another group that came out of National Organization of Women, and it was the Lavender Menace.
That's
and
what they called us, the Lavender Menace.
Because we were the Lavender Menace. Because NOW at that time saw lesbians and women of color as not what is it, like aligning with NOW and what their agenda.
We were distracting, and I think Karen's hearing some of that same shit. Don't talk about black feminism, we only want to talk about trans shit. Don't listen to that, Karen. That's bullshit. You're not a distraction.
So I just want to say this, because how did the Lavender Scare start? So the origin of the phrase Lavender Menace is that it was first used in 1969 by Betty Friedan,
Yeah.
president of NOW, to describe the threat that she believed associations with lesbianism pose to NOW and the emerging women's movement. Are you serious?
And we've heard and we've heard the new ones, the next generation of these same type of women saying, "Oh well, marriage isn't that important. Gay marriage isn't that important." Well, the fuck it isn't. That's easy for you to say. Go fuck yourself. We're old lesbians. We have nobody else to look out for. We don't have children that are going to look after us. We needed to have the same rights. Like, how dare you say what our community's top priorities should be?
So that's why I'm I wanted to, because I was having to, again, like I said, to think about it, and I'm like, wait, there was a situation. So it's like history repeating itself, and it continues to repeat itself. And I think at this point in my life, I can now see it, and that what was happening then, although I wasn't as involved then, I'm involved now, and I have to look at the history of it. And why was it that the lesbians at that time became the Lavender Menace? Why was it that the women of color, especially for me, obviously, and why weren't we joining with white women? What is the divide?
And joining means subsuming your number one interests in favor of what these other women want you to work on.
Joining in, exactly.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
exactly, because that is very important, and I think that is where, again, even with with us coming together, it is also important that rather than we come together in love, there has to be a lot of reckoning of how we are to come together and have those really difficult conversations with each other, white women. And if that's not happening, then I don't know that then it continues to just perpetuate what, and I'm just using that example right now of National Organization for Women, and why a president would stand of NOW would stand there and say that we are a lavender menace.
Yeah. But
so
yeah,
we're talking about radical feminism here, and how do we want how it becomes like, where is that line in the sand going to be drawn? Are you going to draw it in the line in the sand is then aligning with groups like Wolf, which do not have, as far as what I'm seeing, we're not even on the agenda, we're not even on the list, and don't have our interest at heart. That's really important. And there was something else I wanted to say too, and that was about, like, because it brings me back to, like, history. History is so important, and it repeating itself. And I keep remembering this quote because I was in Santa Fe at some point, Santa Fe, New Mexico, and there was this mural, and it was a Spanish philosopher, because Santa Fe has many generational Spaniards, and that's a whole nother story. But anyways, George Santayana is credited with the, let me go here,
aphorism.
The aphorism. Okay, and the quote is, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it," which, Churchill also had his own version of it. But again, I want to say it, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Now, if we can't look at our past and say, okay, these things happen, and for me, the example I'm using right now is NOW and Lavender Menace and how they split off, and why did they split off? Like, I think we're, again, in that same place. And we do have to make, being an activist and being radical is doing the radical thing. And the radical thing is, like, that is historically what happened to a certain segment of women. Then we're going to have to do something with that. And if you're not willing to go all the way with it, then
they want to keep their femininity, keep their men.
I can't. For me personally, I can't align with that. Yeah. I can't. I can't. And so that's the conversation.
Because they've shown time and time again that that's dangerous for us.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't
It doesn't
in
serve
the
us
least.
at all.
Yeah, it doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve us, and it especially doesn't serve, me and my sisters
Yeah.
of color.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's my part in it.
So, they want to use the youngs and the olds, if we'll agree to it, to be their foot soldiers in this war, but nowhere are we even. And it's the same thing with now. Back in the day, like how many old lesbians have been to pro-choice marches, and like, was that for us?
There, yeah.
No, not generally. Not saying no one here has ever not had an abortion, but
Sure.
Generally, it's pets that need them on a more regular basis. So we're always there, and in the early days and now, always there doing the work. And then when the time, never are we put first. And I'm gonna say this. You're gonna say, well, this is more important. This is a crucial issue. Okay, what would happen though? Just a little thought experiment. What would happen if we did put lesbians, specifically the young lesbians, most specifically the young lesbians of color, first, and we help them build the strong community that would best suit them and best get them where they want to go in their lives? What would be the ramifications of that? Do you think that the Twans Menace might be a little bit, and if women were not so afraid to not escuchen a little baby, like piss off men, okay? If the whole thing was a little less male serving, a little less, oh, but I want to keep my femininity, I can't lose that. If it was a little less, male-centered and still not pissing males off. Maybe we should stop worrying about that and start worrying about serving that population. In my opinion,
versus serving the patriarchy.
Yeah,
and that's what that is.
It's just
I
another,
think it's serving the patriarchy.
and because it's not getting us anywhere.
The patriarchy doesn't serve any of us.
Those living a separatist life, no, living a separatist life is the work, as I've said before. And if you have a really strong community of young, energetic, idealistic women doing that, I think the greater society is going to reap benefits far beyond wherever you might get with fighting the Twans Menace right now.
I think it's putting too much energy into that.
Yeah,
and that's what they want.
You're thinking about men all the time. You're thinking about men all the time.
It's getting in the pit with them, and quite frankly, I don't want to do that.
That's that Mark Twain, right?
I don't want to do that.
You could get in the mud and fight with a pig, but all you're gonna do is get dirty, and the pig's gonna enjoy it. So I think removing
our with Mark Twain too, though. But,
I think he was a pedo. I think he was low key pedo.
So, but yeah, it's that, and I'm not gonna. The time I have left on this earth is not going to be spent putting my time and my energy into that.
Yeah.
I don't wish to do that. My time and energy that I have left on this earth is going to I wish to put towards the things that are really important to me. And in my opinion, right now, it's the youngs, women of color. That's where I need to put my energy.
Yeah. So this has been, oh my God, we've been almost talked for 20 minutes. Sorry. But tomorrow I want to talk about D-trans. I want to have a little conversation about that. Because we got some alarming news at the festival. All right, so
that's it.
Yeah, so youngs that we spoke to at the at Framley, I call it Framley instead of MFR because I'm old and I don't care. You know what you have been offered by us, and we are looking forward to hearing from you on that. All right, love you guys.
That's it. Have a great day,
girls. Guys. Oh, yeah.
No, gals.
Gals.
Hey, gals. That's what I've been training myself.
Young ladies, gals, like a gym teacher.
Gals and y'all. Y'all. I mean, I'm just doing it. I'm like, because it's important.
Bye, gals.
Bye.